Vladimir Matyushenko, the most experienced opponent that Jon Jones had faced to this point in his young career, but like all the rest, he was dispatched rather easily, suffering almost every strike thrown, over 112 dominant seconds of action. Jones, good enough to join us this morning here on SportsCenter, and it is a very early call for Jon in San Diego. So, Jon, welcome to the program. I want to ask you, in the end, over 112 seconds at the very least, what'd you do so well last night that allowed you to dominate that fight?
The biggest thing is I feel as if I came 100% prepared, both mentally, physically, spiritually, and I just did a lot of studying, did my homework, and we all saw the results. Again,
the results, though, did look like so many, ending on the ground and with your elbows flying into the head of Matyushenko. As a guy who just turned 23 years old, so many talking about you as the next big thing in the UFC. How do these expectations weigh on you at this point?
To be honest with you, it does bring a lot of pressure. The biggest thing, I try to remember that I fight for myself, I fight for my family, and the biggest thing for me is just to always go out there and remember to have fun.
And so you did, at least last night, as we see, as you were bowing to the audience there. A couple of prodigies, though, of recent vintage, Brock Lesnar and BJ Penn. They each got a shot at a title in less than 4 fights. So here you are, 11-1. The one loss came via disqualification in a fight over Matt Hamill that you had been dominating to that point. So how do you feel about the pace right now in which you are being brought along?
Well, I respect the pace that I'm getting brought along. The light heavyweight division is a major exception. I mean, in my opinion, it's the most full division. We have so many studs. No one in our weight class holds the belt for too long. And I think Dana White knows what he's doing, kind of bringing me along a little slowly and making sure I'm mature enough to have a belt. So I feel as if when it's my time, it'll be my time, and I'll be more than ready to take it.
And, again, we saw the dismantling of Matyushenko last night. You were doing so, having taken him to the ground and dropping those elbows. I mentioned the disqualification against Matt Hamill. It was, in fact, in a fight you were dominating, but you threw an elbow that was thought to be illegal, later ruled so. I wonder, Strikeforce, a UFC competitor, has actually outlawed the elbow being thrown while a fighter is on the ground. The UFC has not yet done so. If they did, how do you think it would impact you as a fighter?
Wow, well, if UFC was to ban elbows, it would change my game tremendously. I have really long arms, and elbows are a really great short-range weapon for me, especially. So it's a huge part of my game. I think I've ended my last 3 fights using elbows, and it would take a major toll on my game if they would ever do that. So don't do that, Dana.
Yeah, speaking of, Dana said actually before the fight last night that a win would really vault you at least into top 8 territory, and perhaps you'd be looking, in a light heavyweight division at a fight, if not a title fight, certainly something that would put you on the doorstep. So I'm going to give it to you. If there's a fight out there that you want next, which is it?
You know what? I've been going along this far without ever calling out any opponent, so I'm sorry to be cliche, but I'll just take it one fight at a time and let Joe Silva do all the deciding for who I fight next.
All right, one fight at a time. At such an early hour in San Diego, the cliches are in rare form. Jon Jones, again, it was a dominant performance last night. Best of luck in whatever fight does await you next, and we really appreciate your time here on SportsCenter.
Hey, guys, thanks for having me. It's a pleasure.
Hello, everyone. It's Ariel Helwani. I just came here to thank you for watching our ESPN YouTube channel. It's the best. You know what else is the best? The ESPN app. You can get highlights, analysis, all that stuff and more. And if you want premium content and live streaming sports, there's only one place for all of that. It's ESPN Plus.